Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Tommy Robinson is currently still in Woodhill prison, and I saw a recent urgent notice post over on Tommy Robinson's personal page, even though it's an admin related post. As we know, Tommy is still in solitary confinement, and apparently the lawyers or the Labor judge is preventing his own family from seeing him. His 15-year-old son can't even call his own dad anymore. And they're stopping anyone that has access to social media from seeing him either. So this is brutal treatment for a man that has committed no wrong whatsoever, no crime at all. So this is what the urgent post says: ongoing abuse in Woodhill prison. Tommy has already been subjected to 3 months in solitary confinement for a non-crime. As we know, solitary confinement is only for the worst of the worst, like the serial killers or the R-wordists and people that have actually committed a horrendous crime. What's Tommy's crime? Absolutely nothing. He is actually a political prisoner. And for those people that constantly go, oh, it's contempt of court, contempt of court. What? Are you kidding me? How even is that considered a crime nowadays? If you are, let's just say, in the process of what the judge calls contempt of court, what exactly do you need to do in order to be guilty of this so-called charge? Oh, you said a couple of things in court the judge disagreed with, so therefore you're in contempt of court to prison with you. It's a ludicrous charge, if you ask me. Contempt of court. Oh, come on. I know there needs to be a level of decorum in a court setting, but if someone is like actually attacking a judge or a bailiff or whatever else, yeah, maybe you may be in contempt of court and you can actually throw a proper charge onto that. But not showing up to court, even if you haven't done anything wrong, like the Labor judge has gone after you, how do you even call that a proper charge, if you ask me? Because Tommy did nothing wrong. He released a video in which Piers Morgan and many others seem to think that he slandered this Syrian refugee boy, even though that Syrian refugee was already slandered by the community because he was a menace to the community. He was a menace to society. People were saying that. Tommy was just telling the truth about this Syrian refugee boy. But the film silenced. He was told not to release it because it exposes corruption to the nth degree. It's a crazy film, and everyone should actually watch it if you haven't already. And Tommy went ahead and released it anyway. And as a result, his punishment was contempt of court somehow. So it wasn't, oh, Tommy refused to show up to court. It wasn't that at all. And even then, I'm just going, can you really call that contempt of court? Like, if you don't show up to court, just send a police officer to find you, track you down, and get you into court. Like, oh, then you can go, all right, I'm going to charge you with not showing up to court, not contempt of court, not showing up to court when I have strictly instructed you to. But then again, why are you setting people free on the streets if you know that they're probably not going to show up? Like, don't give people bail in that case. Anyway, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge, but the whole system is rigged. It's especially over in the UK at the moment. It's nuts, right? These specific laws that they create, or these specific charges, especially to the likes of Tommy, they make no sense to me. And I'm trying to look at this from a rational perspective, right? So Tommy, he releases the film. The judge, which is a Labor corrupt judge, if you ask me, decides, you know what, that's contempt of court, and we're going to throw you in solitary confinement for 18 months. Do you know 18 months of solitary confinement? Do you know what that does to a person, psychologically speaking? He hasn't been given access to a psychiatrist or a psychologist because they refuse to do it. They're trying to break him as much as they possibly can. That to me is insane. So they're in violation of 3 European human rights laws, but they don't care. He's been subjected to severe mental torture. He has repeatedly raised mental health concerns, but has received no visits from mental health teams. 3 visits cancelled last week with no confirmation for next week's visits. His 15-year-old son's phone number is now blocked, cutting off all contact. This is deliberate abuse from the top of the Labor government down to the prison governor. It's insane. Tommy's legal team have submitted challenges, and the prison has until next Friday to respond. If this mistreatment continues, we'll have no choice but to protest outside the prison regularly. This inhuman, political motivated punishment stops now. Elon Musk was tagged. Free Tommy Robinson, justice for Tommy Robinson, stop the isolation, stop the mental torture, for goodness sake. He's done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. And if you think that Tommy Robinson has done something wrong, you're blind. In truth, you're blind. If you can't see what's going on in the UK, open your eyes, wake up to the facts and the reality. Because Keir Starmer and his government is incredibly corrupt. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it every single day. The mainstream media hates Tommy Robinson's guts. They'll lie and they'll smear him even more. And what can Tommy do? He's stuck in a solitary confinement cell through mental torture. He can't do jack. It's insane what has been going on to Tommy. And I will keep speaking up about it until such time as Tommy is released. I want to be able to interview Tommy one day. I really do. And I hope that I do. Because I hope and I pray that this mental anguish for poor Tommy ends. He doesn't deserve it. He's a patriot, and many, many other UK citizens love Tommy and want him free. And all the other dingbats that don't want him free, they're just equally as corrupt. And you probably should check their hard drives as well. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. Free Tommy Robinson. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.